The basis of the illusion is that we are somehow confident that we are getting what is there, that we are able to read off a person's disposition.
Perception and reality don't always match. In fact, you can't see relaxed intensity. On the surface, calm, meek, and silly like skateboarding, grab right an MC who's living life carefree. Behind screen, you'll find an analytic humanoid statistics, tipping point the freakonomics. Study that, mastermind with Yoda, then holla back. Create equations, extract opinion from the facts. Identifying what's news and what's propaganda, and who's paying for the slanted views we receive. Best believe I've heard the conspiracy theories, but real talk, the threat to us is plutocracy. Follow the money. Don't be paranoid, open our eyes before everything in this country is privatized. No, for real. Hold up. Okay, look. Privatization is a serious issue that we're facing right now. I don't usually go too deep and stuff like this. You know that if you know my music. So, but look up Grover Norquist, Gang of Five, the super uber conservative that led this movement that we're seeing today. Is basically make government so small that you can drown it in a bathtub. This is an actual quote. What they mean is, if you have the government so small where there's no regulatory agencies, no EPA, no Food Drug Administration, none of that, so the multinational corporations can basically just do whatever they want whenever they want, and there's no one to basically police them. And how they go about doing that is simple. You basically just convince the population that the government is bad, the government is useless, and is corrupt. So what they do to convince us of this is basically spend millions of dollars propping up these congressmen or buying congressmen outright to basically be representatives of their corporations in the government, to make sure that they get what they want, and it's mainly for the corporation, not for the people. Yes, and rig the election game to where basically you have to have an extreme amount of money to even run a campaign. So even some of the greater minds and the people who really have a goal to be a statesman and not a politician, they still have to spend time fundraising and basically selling themselves to corporations to get enough money to run a campaign. Also, what they would do is hire the most incompetent, unqualified people to regulatory agencies and high-level government jobs, so when they messed up, they could point to them and say, see, the government is not good. What we should do is privatize everything and we'll take care of it. And then the multinational corporations will take an industry, let's say like healthcare, that was basically a service for the citizens of the United States, and make it a for-profit industry. And once something is for-profit, that's the bottom line. It's for profit, to make money, not to heal, not to help, to make money. Now, if you take that concept and apply it, let's say, to the fire department or the police department, if they privatize that, then basically that's for profit, meaning you will be having to pay insurance for police and for fire, to where if you have a fire at your house and you didn't pay your premiums, the fire department won't come help you because they're for profit. They will lose money helping people who did not pay their premiums. And the goal is to privatize everything like public schools, Medicare, Social Security, the roads, the bridges, the water we drink, everything. So that way it's all for profit. You have to pay. You have to be able to pay for these things. If not, you are left out, thus creating a complete happy plutocracy where the rich get richer and have most of the money and all the wealth and all the services and all the goods, and the poor people are basically serfs with nothing, and they become indentured servants, once again returning back to slavery. And I know this is in the middle of my song, but you know, the song is called Relaxed Intensity. It's about the surface versus the depths. I don't normally go this deep on my songs or shows because I feel love is the way over all of the stuff. But at the same time, it's good for you guys to see something that's going on in my mind, and that kind of helps inspire me to make what I make for you and for my family and for everybody else. And basically, you know, I hear all the conspiracy theories. I know about the Obama deception. I know about all these things. I hear about them. I see them. I know about Big Brother. I know about the Bilderbergs, all that stuff. But dude, the bottom line is the goal is to turn this country and the world into a plutocracy where the multinational corporations rule everything. It's not about race. It's not about sex. It's not about any of that stuff. It's not about watching you. It's not about controlling you, other than to control you to keep spending money and to make sure all the money flows up. The bottom line is just follow the money. When the healthcare didn't pass, it wasn't because of the budget. It wasn't because of the outrage. It was because the healthcare industry makes billions, and they spend billions to make sure that these congressmen and everybody hands stay tied. If you are in a big city like LA and there's no light rail, there's no really good subway system, it's probably because maybe there's a huge industry that makes lots of money off tires there, that really wants to make sure that they keep roads being the primary service there. Thus, poor light rail and subway services. You know, just some little things like that. But anyways, sorry about that. Back to the song. I mean, if you're still listening. That's just one of many topics that gets factored in this rapper's skin and membrane to maintain balance. Gotta see the dark to appreciate the light and win the challenge of being optimistic, sharing love, enjoying the insightful and annoying, toying with your emotions, but fuck that doom and gloom. I got a crazy notion that the time is soon for us who were chosen to lead the way to inspiration and know how to rise and break through walls, barriers, and chains. Check on me now. We wake up and regain our rightful spot in the place to be, whether the world or just a country. Blessed we, relaxed intensity.
The first referred to him as cold, rigid, remote, finicky, and uptight. And the second described this wonderful, warm-hearted guy who was so deeply concerned with questions of community and getting students to grow. It was Jekyll and Hyde,